he used to bring a dabba of strawberries because it was that season, okay?
Okay.
Then one day it fell on the floor and as usual, Kiss ate it.
Ate it.
So he's like, Arey, she ate? And then he started using the word strawberry. Then he started using the word sit so that I can give you strawberry.
Oh.
And by the end of 6 months, he had started using at least 8+ words where he never used any before Kiss. And that really warmed my heart to say that this one dog has, and the way he would hug her, I want to tell you, like it was really like, you're my best friend kind of thing.
Welcome to another episode of Tales of Tales with Manisha. Today, we have Pradnya with us, who is a crossover educator, a therapy dog handler, and comes with a professional experience of 7 years in training. Hi, Pradnya.
Hi.
Well,
एक मतलब full ball of energy that didn't know what to do in itself is what she came with. And where she came to us was, I was depressed when when I personally lost Lorori. I felt like I lost my soulmate. Like, I don't think I'll ever have that relationship with any other person or dog. And I don't know how that sounds, but it is what it is. But after that, I felt like I didn't know where to go from and all of that. And she came. It took me time to realize that she's a very different dog than the ones I've had before. But she's opened my doors to so many things. And at that point, I didn't even think she was same thing. Like I was like, how do I train this dog to become a trainer's dog? She's a rebel. She was a full rebel. तुम ये बताओ कि I have videos. I'll please show you those where she's barking back at me for everything I say. Whoa, 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 for everything. So I said, no, shut up, you have to do this. She's like, whoa, 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 again. I was like, where do I go from here? And I used to be stressed. And I was like, after Kiss, where do I find a therapy dog that would live with me? I have no idea. It was a long journey to change her thought process to say that calm is what you like.
Yeah.
That's
your nature.
Yeah. So there was underlying calm and overlying was all the excitement. I was like, no, this is your real side. Don't play rough. Don't do naughty things. So we keep her personality. You can see she's far from a robot. She has a huge personality. But she's surprised me with the amount of love she has shown towards children and and children on the spectrum as well. And other dogs to be, an assist dog or demo dog for me around other dogs.
Okay.
She's given me a huge chance to do that. So, good for us. But that I will take full credit for training.
Work enters into your life.
Very incidentally. So, there is a backstory to it also, which is very weird. But before trying my hand at dog training, like I said, I was in a whole 10-year career doing lots of things, but nothing I was very fond of. Yeah, so I did the usual stability jobs and all of that. But before that, because I've always been interested in working with children on the spectrum or anything that would interest me in that department, special education kinds and stuff. So I had actually wanted to do a teacher's degree in B.Ed in special education. And for whatever reason, I thought it's too competitive. At least at the time when I entered that course, I just was overwhelmed. So I backed off. And I left it there. So I have a degree in psychology. That's where this came from. And I said, maybe it's not meant for me and I'd do it as a hobby. So a lot of the time I would go volunteer in NGOs where I could do work like this and stuff. And it gave me a lot of joy. That I kept aside, never thought of it, all that. Then I came back to Kiss and randomly a friend of mine said, she's a dance movement therapy instructor. So she said, why don't you try and do dog therapy? And I was like, what is dog therapy? So then again, I did a course and a certification with my mentor where her school is just to understand what it is. But what it is it's called animal assisted therapy, where you use an animal, in which case for us, it's a dog. You use the dog's medium or their presence or their whatever they can offer, which is their love, their excitement, unconditional love, all of that, to bring therapeutic change in someone's life. So I did a lot of work like that with schools. I have done rather with schools. With children on the spectrum, I've done lots of such, which neurodivergent cases ke saath to bahut kaam kiya hai, where I've seen progress. Small things like if children can't talk, like when they're non-verbal, because they start communicating with these trained dogs, they start talking. Words come up. Instead of being frustrated and angry, they say, can I use a word? Because the dog seems to be listening to me. So what can I do about that? So lots of tangible changes have happened in these children's lives. And I'm very happy to say Kiss started that work off for me. But that kind of stuff, work with children, as in children in schools, we educate how to how to communicate with dogs, what not to do, like don't pull their tails and all of that, that you start
Yeah.
them off young.
Yes.
Empathy training.
Yeah.
Then you also go to corporates where they'll say that, for their mental health, wellness or whatever, and within their schemes, they are ready to now take on animal assisted therapy as one of the sessions in the year.
Yeah.
So all of this I've been doing for the last few years.
Nice. What role do dogs play in emotional regulation for humans?
Very many things. So you must have heard this already, but a lot of reports, and we've seen this firsthand, but to say that the stress hormones, especially cortisol, reduces by a very large extent if you're even stroking a dog for a while.
Okay.
If you're even sitting with the dog, looking at them, making that emotional connection, that in itself is a very basic thing. Even reducing anxiety, getting someone out of their depression, then even looking at, like I said, neurodivergent children or adults, bringing them to, as one of the genuine therapies you can use with them.
Okay.
Dogs are a medium because what they do is they're a non-judgmental factor.
Yeah.
They're not going to say you are very mean to me, so this. At best, they give you real feedback, right? If you don't like, then you'll walk away. Yeah. Now, these are tried and tested dogs that you should do this with, not just every dog.
Okay.
Including Ruhi, all of the dogs that we worked with have been tested after 1 year of age. Ki aap therapy work kar sakte hai kya? We look at qualities just like her, which is I can't live without human attention.
Okay.
I love people. Maybe if it's children, she'll say I love children.
Yeah.
I can't live without them. I love giving them kisses, If they're pulling my tail also, I won't like it, but I'll forgive them. That is also a quality you need to say. They need to be resilient. They need to be able to take on the stress from people, then release it somewhere else. वो भी ज़रूरी होता है. तो ये tested dogs है, but you can't imagine the level that they can impact human beings and their mental health, well-being, all of that.
Okay.
Everything is a process, but sometimes even that one session gives you that little bit of hope that, a lot of people say, I can't bring a dog home, but I can spend some time with the dog. There are many communities that I work with today, or even mental health platforms that would say, come spend an hour with a trained therapy dog. And some not so good places offer this, but they sedate the dogs in the name of training. So that's not what we're doing. We're letting them be dogs and we're letting them communicate with people in their natural way. And we're allowing it, and we're just helping to sort this out as a structure.
Okay.
Something like that.
Was there one moment, or I'm sure there would be many, but any one moment which you would like to share with us, which has stayed with you in therapy?
Very much. So there's one very important one that Kiss brought to me. We used to do weekly sessions with this particular school. And it was close to me, so we used to go walking, come back walking, and make like half a day out of it and all. She really loved it. Those children did not know my name.
Okay.
These were neurodivergent children. They didn't know my name. They just know Miss whatever, They knew Kiss very well.
Okay.
They would recognize her, wait for her. And then they would say, why isn't she coming tomorrow? Why we have to wait till next Thursday for her? All of that. There was one particular child who was not able to talk. He would just get angry first. Even if he wanted to say, maybe I want to go to the washroom, his first reaction would always be, can you move out of the way? So physical, moving away was his form of communication, and we wanted to change that. So we always work with a special educator in this. I'm not doing this alone.
Okay.
But they gave me a plan approximately, and I said, chalo, let's try this. What I did was, went to him every week separate from the group. So we did like an independent class for him. Initially, he didn't want to spend 1 minute with Kiss.
Okay.
And the parents were very bothered, and they said, why? Are you sure there'll be progress? I said, at least let's try for 6 weeks. Nahi hua to aage sochenge. 1 semester is normally what we would try, all that. Initially, he was not very happy. He used to get frustrated, want to get out of class. Slowly, he realized that she's doing nothing. So I can just sit with her. So it went from there. Slowly, it started progressing. He used to bring a dabba of strawberries because it was that season, okay? Then one day it fell on the floor, and as usual, Kiss ate it. So he's like, Arey, she ate? And then he started using the word strawberry. Then he started using the word sit so that I can give you strawberry. And by the end of 6 months, he had started using at least 8+ words where he never used any before Kiss. And that really warmed my heart to say that this one dog has, and the way he would hug her, I want to tell you, like it was really like, you're my best friend kind of thing, a really heartfelt hug. And even if he never worked with dogs after that, I can tell you it's made an impact on his life.
Yeah, I'm sure. I can't imagine what those parents would have felt at that time.
it was insane because you talk about this in books and science, but when you see it in person, you'll be really amazed. It's really magic.
There are these certain keywords, na, which dogs know, and some words they like, some words they don't like.
So for Rory, I must tell you, because we used to do COVID mein, I used to do online classes, obviously, because we were home in the lockdown. So when I would say hi everyone, she realized that meant that I needed focus on the screen versus her.
Oh, okay.
So when I said hi everyone, she would come just bark at the screen to say, give me the treats, give me this, give me that.
Then I'll be quiet and you can continue.
And then that 1 hour webinar was only barking. It used to be crazy.
So Oreo does that with this guy who comes to give her bath at home.
Yeah.
And his name is Tapan.
Okay.
And Oreo doesn't like going to the spa also. She doesn't like taking bath also.
Yeah, yeah.
And like she's been going to this spa, yes, says Doggy, since she's been with us.
Yeah.
It's 5.5 years she's been going there with Shweta. But still she doesn't like it. मतलब वो lane में घुसते she starts shivering.
I can
but
imagine.
She just doesn't like it. And घर में भी if we say ना तपन आ रहा है, she'll just look at the door.
Run away.
And she'll start barking कि तपन आ रहा है.
Bichari. I think she won't like it forever then.
She doesn't like a bath at all. So
I can imagine.
I used to give her bath initially, but she never let me dry her. So that's when I said कि no, मेरे से तो नहीं होगा.
Yeah, because you could land up in trouble like that.
Yeah, because then हम उसको छोड़ देते थे, वो ड्रायर से सुखाने ही नहीं देती थी. तो फिर वो पूरा दिन ऐसे सूखती रहती थी, and then skin में उसको कुछ होने में, like no, we should not do it ourselves.
Fair.
So, yeah.